King Von was widely known for his strong connection to Chicago's South Side and his public identity tied to street affiliations. He grew up in Parkway Gardens, a place often discussed in drill music culture. His life story included hardship, legal trouble, and eventually major success in rap. Fans associated his image with loyalty, survival, and conflict shaped by his environment. When he died in 2020, many people saw it as the tragic end of a life formed by violence and fame. His death left behind children, family members, and a devoted fan base. His mother suddenly became a visible public figure because of that loss. Everything connected to her began to receive intense attention online. That context explains why any public appearance she makes draws strong reactions. The viral footage became controversial because people linked it to his identity.
My brother got Racklet, OBlock, 34. Like, everybody want to go up there because my brother, like, he the real GOAT.
Videos of King Von's mother surfaced online showing her socializing and dancing at clubs. She appeared confident, dressed stylishly, and enjoying herself publicly. Social media users quickly focused not on her behavior, but on the people around her. Online commenters claimed some individuals near her were affiliated with a rival street group. These claims were based on speculation about gestures, tattoos, or associations. The footage spread widely across social platforms, gathering millions of views. Discussions grew heated as fans debated whether her presence there meant something symbolic. Some interpreted it as disrespectful to her son's memory. Others argued she had every right to live freely after loss. The controversy grew because viewers projected meaning onto ordinary social interactions. Viral attention turned a personal moment into public debate.
So with all of this going on at the time, it's safe to say that no one was really looking out for the best interests of the black community in Chicago.
Rumors soon developed that she might be romantically involved with someone from a rival background. These claims were never confirmed by reliable evidence. Despite that, the internet amplified speculation as if it were proven fact. Online culture often rewards dramatic interpretations rather than careful verification. As the rumors spread, the story shifted from observation to accusation. People framed the situation as a betrayal narrative. This framing relied more on fan expectations than documented reality. Her own statements rejecting the rumors received less attention than speculation. The speed of social media made nuance almost impossible. Many users reacted emotionally without seeking context. The situation demonstrates how digital narratives can overpower truth.
David Barksdale was famously referred to as King David.
King Von's life story shaped why fans reacted so strongly. He frequently referenced his neighborhood and experiences in his music. His songs portrayed loyalty, conflict, and survival in harsh conditions. Listeners felt they understood his identity through his lyrics. Because of this, fans believed they had insight into his values. That belief led some to think they must protect his legacy. When they saw his mother near alleged rivals, they interpreted it symbolically. In reality, a person's family member does not share identical affiliations. But fandom often treats public figures as mythic characters rather than human beings. Emotional investment made reactions intense and personal. His legacy became a lens through which everything was judged.
The story of the crew, who would later go on to be the GDs or Gangster Disciples, starts in 1964 when a group of young men all met in the home of a man named Larry Hoover.
The long-standing conflict referenced by fans has deep historical roots in Chicago. Economic decline, segregation, and systemic barriers shaped community struggles. Young people formed groups initially for protection and belonging. Over decades, rivalries hardened into generational conflict. These tensions became part of local identity and social structure. Violence and competition intensified through drug markets and territorial disputes. The effects spread across neighborhoods and families. By the time drill music emerged, the conflicts already existed. Music did not create them, but amplified globally.
They decided that they wanted to start their own crew and take over the block.
King Von's rise to fame occurred within the drill music movement. Drill music often reflects real experiences and local tensions. His storytelling style made listeners feel immersed in his world. He became known for vivid narratives about street life. Fans admired his authenticity and emotional intensity. Success brought financial opportunity, but also greater visibility. That visibility increased scrutiny of his personal life.
And after King David's death, it seemed like many members stopped respecting Larry Hoover's leadership, and ultimately leading members to disrespect the supreme gangster side.
His mother, Tisha Bennett, lived through the transformation of her son's life. She witnessed his struggles before fame and his success afterward. She experienced personal loss long before he became a celebrity. Raising a child in difficult circumstances requires resilience and strength. After his death, she became a symbol of grief in public view. Yet she also maintained her own identity beyond mourning. She posted photos, traveled, and appeared socially active. Some people admired her confidence and independence. Others criticized her for not grieving in expected ways. Public expectations of mourning are often narrow and rigid. Her visibility created constant judgment, regardless of her choice.
Today, the housing authority is $30 million in debt. The building codes are not being enforced, and the elevators, when they work, are called the most dangerous form of public transportation in Chicago.
The viral footage highlighted how society treats grieving families of public figures. Many expect permanent sadness and restraint from those who lose loved ones. When someone expresses joy or independence, critics may see disrespect. This expectation can deny individuals the right to heal differently. Grief does not follow a single timeline or appearance. For some, living actively becomes part of survival. Online audiences often forget that healing includes moments of normal life. The debate around her actions reflects broader cultural attitudes toward grief. People project their own beliefs onto others' experiences. This projection can be harsh and unforgiving. Her situation illustrates the pressure of public mourning.
The only structure is provided by the gangs, who marked their turf with spray paint and set up sniper posts in high-rise buildings.
Gender expectations also played a role in the reaction. Critics focused heavily on her clothing and appearance. Women in public life often face scrutiny for how they present themselves. Age-based judgment added another layer of criticism. Some commenters argued she should behave differently because of her age. Others praised her confidence and refusal to conform. The controversy became about respectability as much as affiliation. Social media frequently polices women's expression more than men's. Her visibility challenged assumptions about how mothers should act. These expectations intensified emotional reactions to the footage. The discussion became less about facts and more about values. Cultural norms shaped interpretation as much as events.
Y'all got a video or something? Like, how y'all know my brother did that? If it ain't no video, he ain't this.
The internet environment magnifies emotional narratives quickly. Platforms reward content that provokes strong reactions. Outrage spreads faster than balanced interpretation. Viral discussions often simplify complex human situations. A single image can be framed to support any storyline. Once a narrative forms, it becomes difficult to correct. Repetition creates perceived truth even without evidence. This dynamic influenced how the footage was understood. People shared opinions without verifying context. The cycle of reaction reinforced itself continuously. The result was widespread debate built on assumption rather than confirmation.
Y'all ain't gonna put that on my brother. He ain't this. Let him rest.
Her public response attempted to clarify the situation. She stated that she was not romantically involved with anyone from a rival group. She emphasized that her personal life should not be controlled by external expectations. Her statement framed the issue as misinformation. However, clarifications rarely spread as widely as controversy. Many people had already formed conclusions. Public figures often struggle to correct viral narratives. The emotional impact of rumors can persist even after denial. Her response highlighted a desire for autonomy. She sought to define her own life separate from public projection. This stance resonated with some observers. Others remained skeptical despite lack of proof.
Like, stop putting shit on him. That's fine.
The story also reflects how fans relate to artists. Listeners often form emotional connections through music. These connections can feel personal even without direct interaction. When artists die, fans may feel protective of their memory. This protective instinct can extend to family members. However, Protection sometimes becomes control or judgment. Fans may believe they must enforce perceived values. This dynamic can create unrealistic expectations. The boundary between admiration and entitlement becomes blurred. The reaction to the footage demonstrates this tension. Emotional investment shaped interpretation more than objective facts.
Well, you pull out and you shoot 4 times.
Yeah, the gun jammed.
Oh, the gun jammed.
Yeah.
King Von's death itself remains a major part of the narrative. He was killed during an altercation outside a nightclub in Atlanta. The incident involved multiple individuals and chaotic circumstances. His passing generated widespread media coverage and mourning. For his family, the loss was immediate and deeply personal. For fans, it became part of a broader cultural story. His music continued to gain attention after his death. Posthumous releases and tributes maintained his influence. The tragedy cemented his place in drill music history. That significance intensified attention on his family's lives. His absence continues to shape public discussion.
After the 4th shot?
Probably like the 3rd shot.
Okay.
His sister and other relatives have spoken publicly about their grief. They described the shock and confusion surrounding his death. Personal memories revealed a different side of him beyond public image. Family narratives emphasized warmth, loyalty, and care. These perspectives humanize a figure often reduced to reputation. They also highlight the emotional weight carried by survivors. The viral footage exists within this ongoing grief. Public debate sometimes overlooks that reality. For the family, the story is not symbolic but personal. Their experience continues long after online attention fades. Understanding that perspective changes the interpretation of events.
What parts of the body?
I get shot in my right hip bone, and I get shot on my ass. I go in and out though.
The broader cultural context includes the commercialization of conflict in music. Rivalries and tensions often become themes in storytelling. Audiences consume narratives of struggle and survival. This consumption can unintentionally normalize real-world violence. When conflicts become entertainment, empathy may decrease. The reaction to the footage reflects this dynamic. Viewers interpreted real people through narrative frameworks. The distinction between art and life blurred again. Media coverage can reinforce simplified interpretations. The situation reveals how culture shapes perception of individuals. Personal lives become extensions of public storylines. This process can distort realities significantly.
I'm in the car with my friends and my brothers and them, like, we just talking and shit. And we hear gunshots. What the?
Another important aspect is the pressure of constant visibility. Social media ensures that public figures are always observed. Ordinary moments can become widely shared content. Privacy becomes limited or non-existent. Every action can be interpreted symbolically. This environment can be exhausting for families of celebrities. They must navigate grief while under scrutiny. The viral footage exemplifies this lack of privacy. A casual social setting became global discussion. The transformation from private to public was immediate. Digital platforms create permanent records of temporary moments. Visibility amplifies vulnerability.
So my driver, he pull out, and then he like stop the police up. So now we see like what's going on, like the shooting.
Community history also shapes emotional reactions. Generational conflict creates lasting memories and trauma. Families may carry stories of loss across decades. These experiences influence how symbols are interpreted. For some observers, association carries deep meaning. For others, it may have little significance. The internet combines these perspectives into one conversation. This mix produces misunderstanding and conflict. Historical awareness can explain reactions, but not justify assumptions. Individuals exist beyond collective narratives. The footage highlights tension between personal freedom and inherited history. Navigating that tension is complex and deeply human.
For real, like, what the fuck, I still go crazy and shit. So that's why everybody calling me and shit. They were saying he was good and shit.
The legal and social aftermath of events connected to King Von continues to unfold. Investigations, trials, and public discussions extend the story. Each development renews attention on those connected to him. This ongoing attention keeps emotions active among fans. When new information emerges, it reopens public conversation. The viral footage appeared within this ongoing context. People interpreted it as part of a continuing narrative. In reality, it may simply reflect ordinary life events. The persistence of attention makes separation difficult. Time does not easily reduce interest in public figures. Their stories remain part of cultural memory.
So I'm like, okay, I ain't gonna stress it, but it's like, I stayed up till like 7 in the morning. I ain't getting no sleep. Man, I wake back up. His cousin called me. Like, he gone. I said, on the internet, I went crazy.
Supporters of his mother emphasized resilience and survival. They argued that living fully honors loss rather than betrays it. For them, joy and grief can coexist. They viewed criticism as unfair and intrusive. This perspective highlights compassion and empathy. It recognizes the complexity of healing. Many people related to her desire for independence. They saw strength rather than disrespect. Supportive reactions also spread online. The debate, therefore, included multiple viewpoints. Public opinion remained divided and emotionally charged. Both empathy and judgment appeared simultaneously.
She kind of stuck in her ways. A lot of people say we act alike. So maybe that's the reason, like, she still want to be young and stuff. It's like she's stubborn too. Like, she be stuck in her ways. She's stubborn with, like, I feel like as a mother, you shouldn't be like that with your kids.
Critics, however, framed the situation differently. They believed association carried symbolic meaning regardless of intent. For them, loyalty extends beyond death. They interpreted social proximity as moral statement. This interpretation reflects strong belief in symbolic boundaries. Critics often relied on perceived cultural rules. Their perspective emphasized respect for memory above personal autonomy. This viewpoint can feel compelling within certain frameworks, yet it also limits individual freedom significantly. The disagreement illustrates conflicting values. Public debate often reflects these deeper philosophical differences. Neither side fully persuaded the other.
There's a lot of situations that we don't even know about that he helped people.
Yeah, his guys, that nigga, he loved them little boys.
The controversy also reveals how quickly individuals are reduced to symbols. A complex human life becomes a single narrative. In this case, a mother became a representation of loyalty debates. Her personal history and emotions received limited attention. Symbolic interpretation replaced human understanding. This pattern appears frequently in viral culture. People become characters in ongoing digital stories. The reduction simplifies discussion but removes nuance. Recognizing this process helps explain intense reactions. It also highlights the cost of public visibility. Humanity can be overshadowed by narrative.
Like, most of them call him toxic. Like, so that happening for Vaughn, like, they was excited. They was happy as hell because they know Vaughn gonna make sure everybody's straight.
Grief expressed publicly invites commentary from strangers. Many observers feel entitled to judge how others mourn. This entitlement arises partly from emotional investment. When someone admires a public figure, they feel connected to loss. That connection can produce strong opinions about appropriate behavior. However, grief remains deeply personal. External expectations cannot fully define it. The viral debate illustrates this tension clearly. Public mourning becomes performance in the eyes of observers. Yet the internal experience remains private and unique. Understanding that difference fosters empathy. Without empathy, judgment dominates conversation.
Like I told you, he had took a picture of me. I wasn't even looking. He was like, Shorty finna have everything she ever wanted.
Media amplification played a crucial role in the controversy. Platforms prioritized engagement and shareability. Sensational framing increased visibility of the story. Headlines emphasized conflict rather than context. This approach attracts attention but reduces complexity. As coverage spread, interpretations hardened. Repetition reinforced emotional narratives. The cycle of amplification continued across multiple platforms. Each share added momentum to discussion. Media dynamics shaped public understanding significantly. The story became larger than the original event. Amplification transformed perception into reality for many viewers.
I was calm So it's like this time I knew, like, do the same thing, like stay calm and just make sure I get to the hospital.
The situation also raises questions about legacy. What does it mean to honor someone's memory? Some believe loyalty requires adherence to perceived values. Others believe honoring memory means living fully. These interpretations differ deeply but sincerely. Public figures leave behind complex legacies. Their families must navigate expectations from strangers. The viral footage became a test of these ideas. Observers projected their own definitions of respect. The disagreement reflects broader human questions about remembrance. There is no single correct answer. Each person interprets legacy differently.
I didn't know neither one, if he was gone or still alive. I just, like I say, I didn't even know it was him.
Personal autonomy remains central to the discussion. Every individual retains the right to define their own life. Public connection to a famous person does not remove that right. The controversy challenges the boundary between public interest and private freedom. It raises ethical questions about scrutiny and judgment. When does attention become intrusion? Where should empathy guide response? These questions extend beyond one situation. They apply to many families of public figures. The viral moment invites reflection on these issues. Autonomy and respect remain fundamental human principles. Recognizing them can shift perspective. The internet's role in shaping memory is increasingly powerful. Viral moments can redefine how people are perceived. Online narratives may overshadow lived reality. This transformation affects both public figures and their families. Digital storytelling often simplifies complex histories. Over time, repeated narratives become accepted truth. The footage became part of a broader digital memory. Future discussions may reference it as established fact. This process demonstrates how technology influences cultural understanding. Awareness of this influence encourages critical thinking. Without it, perception may replace reality entirely. Ultimately, this story reflects tension between expectation and humanity. Fans expected symbolic loyalty tied to past conflict. A mother expressed personal freedom within her own life. These two realities collided in public view. The result was controversy shaped by emotion and interpretation. The situation reveals how easily people forget the human dimension. Behind every viral clip exists a real person with private experiences. Recognizing that reality encourages compassion. Without compassion, public discourse becomes harsh and reductive. The footage itself showed ordinary social behavior. The meaning assigned to it created the controversy. The broader lesson concerns how society responds to grief and fame. Public attention can both support and burden those who suffer loss. Sympathy can transform into surveillance unexpectedly. Families of public figures navigate a unique emotional landscape. They must balance memory, identity, and autonomy. The viral moment highlights this delicate balance. It invites reflection on how audiences engage with real lives. Empathy can coexist with curiosity. Respect can guide interpretation rather than judgment. The situation encourages reconsideration of public responsibility. Observers hold power in shaping narratives. In the end, the viral footage became a mirror of public perception rather than proof of betrayal. It reflected assumptions about loyalty, identity, and mourning. King Von's legacy continues through music and memory. His family continues through life and healing. These two realities intersect, but are not identical. The controversy shows how quickly people construct meaning from limited information. It also reveals the enduring impact of loss in public culture. A single moment became global conversation. Yet, at its core, the story remains about human experience. Grief, freedom, and judgment shaped every reaction. Understanding that complexity offers a more balanced perspective.